Hello, this is Linda Vettrus-Nichols, and do I have an amazing woman to introduce you to, Bhavana. So we're going to work on Together We Grow. Yeah. Oh, I love it. You and I have had many chats growing together, and it has been such an honor and such a pleasure.
Yeah, we've had amazing conversations around this, right? Together we grow. When we know that we're all connected, shouldn't we grow together?
Yeah.
It's a very valid point, right? Because if your neighbor isn't all right, if somebody in your family isn't feeling good, will you be able to stay all right? Will you be able to be happy?
Nice.
So we grow together.
I love it. And then experience, right? So Oleg Lohe talks about chapters in a book, and you might be, a few chapters ahead of someone. That doesn't mean that they're stupid. That doesn't mean that they're slow. It just is. And I find that, like, when you switch to maybe a new career or, doing something different in your business and it's new to you, then you're a few chapters behind maybe where, you are in another area of your life. And that doesn't mean you're slow. That doesn't mean you're stupid. So I really liked his analogy of chapters in a book. Of course, I'm a book in 30 days coach, so I would like that, wouldn't I? Yeah, and that's that tapping into experience, and everybody's at different places in different areas of their life. So I like that. We can grow from each other that way too.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thought, because I have two things to say about the experience part, right? One is that in additional point to whatever you mentioned now, each of us have our own timeline.
Yeah.
The path may be different, but the end result is the same.
Yeah, like little kids, they all grow up. However, one of them is totally talking a blue streak, like my son. And then there was a girl who, she didn't really talk for, till she was 3.5. And then she just sang every song on the planet. And my son, he could sing. He sort of could sing at age 5, but he was off key, Yet at 13 months, he's like, a ball, Mom, and hold up a ball. A bottle, Mom, hold this, hold that. And at 4 months, he had turned to the dog and said, bow wow. And I'm like, no way. So yeah, way. It's just interesting. We all grow at different rates. Our trajectories are completely different. The outcome is we do grow up.
Yes. So the outcome remains the same. The way we do it, the method could be different, the path could be different, and the timeline could be different.
Right.
And yet the result remains the same. So that's the essence of experience. And the other thing about experience is that what I have understood is that you either learn from your own experience or from somebody else's experience.
Yeah, man. Cool. And lessons, right? Lessons learned, instead of I always say there's no mistakes in life. There's only lessons learned kind of idea, right? So what's your thought process on lessons?
Exactly. I just replace the word mistakes with failures, because that's my line where I say.
That's my line. There are no failures in life, only lessons learned. I love it.
Yes.
Cool beans. All right, and then teach, right? So together we grow. So teach what you've awakened to, teach what you have learned. Yeah.
Yes.
So go ahead. I was gonna say about your dad was like one of your greatest teachers, right?
Yes. He's been the greatest inspiration that I've ever had, the biggest impact in my life, and everything that I can talk about.
Yeah.
So and he was a teacher himself. And he had varied interests. I think I've got it from him.
That multi-potential came from Dad.
Yes. So again, it goes back to the same experience part, right? So you teach because you wouldn't want the other person to fumble and fall over the same mistakes that you made,
Right?
right? When you know about it, you've got to warn them. You have to be a helping hand. You have to be a support.
You
And
get
understand
to. You get to.
you get to, right, right. Yes.
I
Yes.
love it.
I'm learning.
Not should, not have to. Must, no, no, no. I love it. Yeah, well, get to, right? There's that freedom to grow and get to it, because everything is a choice, right?
Yes, everything is a choice. And again, all three of them get into the growth, the expansion, the growth, the knowledge
Right.
part,
Mm-hmm.
right? The experiences, the lessons, and the teaching part as well. So the moment you have been a teacher, so you can understand it very well. When you teach a kid, or you taught me so many things. So when you teach, your knowledge also expands, your horizon
Yeah.
expands.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the same thing. So whatever you have experienced, you're teaching.
Yeah. And my teaching comes from, talking to, I think I've interviewed over 60 women, talking to women and like maybe saying like, talking about my awakenings or reawakenings, right? What I've awoken to, and seeing what part of that they glob onto, and it's almost like seeing what they need, so to speak. And then I just change the way I present, and then that helps many more people than if I just said it like from my point of view or what I wanted to say. I can say it in a more helpful way. It's kind of like being a good missionary. You go wherever and you listen to the words, or even a good copywriter, a good salesperson, you're listening to the other people's words, and you're kind of joining them and mirroring them. My background's special education, and there was a family whose son, all he would do is sit in the bathroom in the basement, so like trying to get himself super grounded, sitting on that cold tile floor and rock. And they couldn't do anything with this kid. He just kept like getting further and further away, and they were like, what, So they just sat next to him and started copying his movements. And you know what? That's what moms actually do with infants. They're mirroring the babies, and then the babies are laughing and stuff. And so, but a baby is like, you get a baby's attention, right, to do that. And so for a kid that's just like, nobody's home feeling, going back and forth. So they sat with him and they went back and forth with him, and that's called joining. And he has completely pulled out of his autism, and he's running their company now.
Wow. Wow.
So, I mean, obviously that's not the only thing they did, right? They actually have a ranch. There's a book, I believe it's Sunrise Continues or something like that. And they have a ranch where they help families help their kids with autism to pull out. And it's biochemical too. Yeah. So cool.
I think your example connects all three here, because each of our experience here, it's a different timeline for each of us to blossom, right? And the lessons is that there are no failures. Right. They did not consider that as failure. Mm-hmm. So they worked on it. It was just a lesson. And then for you to be able to fine tune into that teaching part, to get into, to help them, right? Find that itself is, wow, that's profound.
Yeah, it's been interesting. Right. And it's all about like everything just is, and notice, right? Instead of deciding and then trying to make something happen or trying to make something a certain way, just keep noticing and know that like it's going to come in different for every person, and what works for one person doesn't work for another. And yet if you have like 12 clients, take a look at the similarities, the things that, you created for one that you ended up using for everybody. That's your signature system. right? That's your package that you can sell and help like a lot of people. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It does. Makes a lot of sense.
Cool beans. All right. Anything else to sum it all up?
I think we have covered it all.
I love it. Oh, that was really fun. Thank you so much, Bhavana.
You're most welcome, Linda. It's an honor for me to be on your talk.
Pleasure to have you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.